Hi, my name is Charles E. Graves, Jr. This is for Media Law, Dr. Russell Robinson's class. Learning Unit 2 Assessment, Obscenity versus Indecency. Obscenity is the legal term that applies to anything offensive to morals. Indecency is an act against good behavior and just a delicacy. The Miller test, which is also called the three-pronged obscenity test. The United States Supreme Court's test for determining whether speech or expression can be labeled obscene, in which case it is not protected by the First Amendment to the United States Constitution and can be prohibited. Applying the Miller test. The first condition. The average person applying a contemporary community standards would find that the work taken as a whole appeals to the prurient interest. This means the average person in a particular community must consider an item to be lascivious or pornographic in nature. The second condition means that the content of a particular item must actually be explicit in nature rather than merely suggestive. The third condition states that an item is obscene if it also lacks serious literary, artistic, political, or scientific value. Child pornography defined. It's defined as any visual depiction involving the use of a minor or one appearing to be a minor engaging in sexually explicit conduct. PMRC, the Parents Music Resource Center, formed in 1984, all women, formed this group in the attempt to regulate government due to the concerns of parents regarding the increasing references to violence, sex, drugs, and alcohol in popular music. Tipper Gore, the group's most famous member, the wife of Senator and future Vice President Al Gore. I have the case of New York versus Ferber, case of an adult bookstore owner. Ferber, the defendant, owned an adult bookstore in New York and was arrested after he sold 2 films depicting minor boys masturbating to an undercover police officer. In contrast with the Miller test, this case seems to relate to the first condition of the Miller test, in which the average person in a particular community must consider an item to be lascivious or pornographic in nature. He was charged with promoting both obscene sexual performance and indecent sexual performances. At trial, he was acquitted of the obscene sexual performance count, but he was convicted of the indecent sexual performance count, and the conviction was affirmed by the Intermediate Appellate Court. The New York Court of Appeals overturned the conviction, finding the obscenity law unconstitutional under the First Amendment because the law was both under-inclusive as to other films of dangerous activity and over-broad as to its application to materials produced out of state and non-obscene materials. The court's decision. The court upheld the constitutionality of New York's obscenity law, ruling that it did not violate the First Amendment, and reversed and remanded the case. This is the end of my assessment.